Upwork is changing drastically, and freelancers have their reactions and clients also have their reactions, and Upwork have their rationale for implementing some of their recent changes. Freelancers seems to have been at the receiving end of the changes in the sense that some of the benefits they receive from being freelancers on Upwork platforms are being taken away. The latest policy change is that from November or thereabout, top-rated freelancers will no longer be able to remove one bad review every 90 days, like they had the perk to do before now. So going forward, once a client writes a review, that is fine out. So that is like a big win to the clients, but it's not really a big win to freelancers, especially the top-rated freelancers that are affected. But wait, I'll discuss other things as regards the policy change and how you can navigate it as a freelancer. Upwork Connect now costs in the region of 15 cents, and an average job which used to cost in the region of 2 to 6 connects now costs in the region of 12 to 16 connects. Most jobs in my niche require at least 14 to 16 connects. So if you multiply 16 connects by 15 cents, you would get in the region of $2.40. That is approximately $3 per proposal I send. More reason why you have to be intentional about the kind of proposals you send, the kind of jobs you apply for. You need to use the filter to get the kind of jobs you want and ensure that there are not too many applications on the job before you send your own proposal. For freelancers, especially those outside the US, UK, and Canada, even before the implementation of this policy, they would send an average of maybe like 10 to 15 proposals to get a single job on Upwork, and their own cost is still minimal. For freelancers from other countries around the world, the weight is heavier on us. An average African freelancer sends, let's say, about 30 proposals to get a single job. If you do the math right, 16 connects for each of those proposals times 30. So let's see what that will give us in monetary terms. So that would give us in the region of $60 to $90 that has to be spent on Connect for proposals for a freelancer to get a single job on Upwork platform, going by the average that I just analyzed. Spending $90 to get a single job on Upwork may be worth it, and in some cases it may not be. The amazing thing is that many freelancers are not even aware of the cost they are incurring on proposals. Is Upwork prospering at the expense of clients and freelancers? Let's look at this. If you manage to get a $100 job after spending $90 on 30 proposals before you got that $100 job, Upwork still take 10% of the $100. The $90 you have left will just make you break even. That means that will just make you recoup the money you spent on promotion. Although I call it an investment, that means you can recoup your investment and now you are at zero after getting your first $100 job in this context. On the flip side, for Upwork, you as a freelancer sending 30 proposals, 16 connect per proposals, which give you in the region of $60 to $90 in terms of cost to you for those proposals, which goes to Upwork. So Upwork has made $90 or thereabout off you sending proposals, and Upwork gets, for that one job you got for $100, Upwork gets another 10% as service fee. And let's not talk about the 2% that is being deducted when you want to withdraw your money, because that might not necessarily go to Upwork. So $100 has been made by Upwork off you for sending 30 proposals. I am going somewhere with this argument, and I'm not just going to identify the problem without giving you solution as a freelancer, because as far as I'm concerned, a bulk of the money I make as an individual still comes from Upwork in spite the policy changes. That means Upwork is still a viable platform to make money as a freelancer, even as a new freelancer. But you just need to understand the nitty-gritty, these things I am explaining, so you don't get frustrated. So given the fact that Upwork makes money off your proposals, now you would understand why Upwork is somewhat reluctant to clamp down on fake job posting on Upwork, because the truth is that Upwork makes money even off the fake jobs that are being posted. If a job is posted and it requires 16 connects. And 50 freelancers apply for the job. That means each of those 50 freelancers spend in the region of $2.40. I would not approximate it to $3 like I did initially. It will amount to about $120 that Upwork made from just that one job. If the prospective client or fake job poster did not eventually hire any of these 50 freelancers, Upwork will still make $120. If it's actually a real client and the client hires a freelancer for $100, Upwork has made $120 off the proposals. They would still take additional 10% from that 100%. Wow. And the amazing thing is that this model is not new per se. It's just that Upwork has deliberately increased their profit margin, because this profit has always been, even if it was $60 per these proposals that people send and no job was given to anyone, even if a job is given to someone, I think Upwork should be making enough profit. But on paper, Upwork has been making a loss for a while and they just started breaking even recently. I'm not even sure of that. Now they are marketing to freelancers. Then the good things Upwork is doing there, I love the fact that there's a revamp on the platform, but a lot of the things that are being changed are more like paper tiger. Now Upwork will tell you, congratulations, your proposal is being viewed, so I can feel good about that. This kind of fluke remunerations by Upwork reminds me of 9-to-5 jobs. Imagine that the workers or the employees are clamoring for an increase in their salary, probably due to change in the economy, and probably the company is making more profit that everybody knows of. And in response to their clamor for increase in salary, the HR said, okay, you know what? We have agreed to take everybody to a lunch date, and that would be it. Upwork many times send feedback forms to freelancers, and I'm very sure freelancers feel it, because I see freelance forum, freelancers fill this form and give Upwork feedback, but I am not sure Upwork incorporates these feedbacks in the changes they are making. Upwork is only going after their profit. There was even the time that they would, I think that's still in at play, that if a client reads your proposal and interviews you, but does not hire you and end up hiring somebody else, the fact that the client finds you interesting enough to interview, Upwork is going to refund your connect. Those incentives are being taken away gradually, which shows that Upwork does not really care about freelancers. Freelancers are just cash cows or money cows to Upwork, or so they make me feel as a freelancer on Upwork myself. So I applied for a job on Upwork and I got it. So I started working on the project because it requires urgency. 3 hours after I have gotten the job, I got a notification that I have been outbid. And I was wondering, people are still sending proposals for a job I have been hired for, and I have started. This client does not need more than one freelancer for the project, and I'm already working on it. The client has sent a contract, an offer. I have accepted the offers. So that is sealed. So why is Upwork still showing the work to other freelancers and they keep sending proposals? Remember, they keep spending connects, and that is more profit for Upwork. That is why I would advise you as a freelancer, before you apply for a job, when you see a job in your job feed, click on it and then check. You would see an indication of whether the client has hired somebody. If the client has hired somebody, save your connect. Don't waste it. Go for other jobs. So with all these changes that Upwork has made, is it still worth it freelancing on Upwork? I would say a big yes. I am an Upwork freelancer and I love the platform. Yes, I wish that some of these policies are more favorable for freelancers, but they are not, and we will still navigate the situation. My advice and my own personal response to these changes in Upwork in recent time is that these are not the days on Upwork to be charging $5 per hour. Because if you work for 20 hours, that is $100, you have just broken even. Do you understand? That's even if the project is not over at $18. Remember, you have incurred some cost on Connect. You have incurred some cost on service fee. And for the purpose of this conversation, I have benchmarked that as $100. So I would want to apply for larger contracts. So if you apply for a larger contract, for example, if you apply for a job and you're able to make, say, $500 or $1,000 from that project, it is easy for you to sacrifice that $100 I quoted initially. So my first advice is you want to go on for bigger projects and you don't want to undercharge at this period. $5 job in big, no. This is a time to increase your service fee if you have not. Just to highlight some of the policies I personally find unfavorable. Policies like charging Connect for availability badge. Before, if you are online and client can see that you are online, and I think that is sufficient. So now an availability badge. Before, you can indicate if you have too many projects that you are not available for new projects without being charged the Connect for that. Actually, the word connect actually makes us forget that connect is money and actual money. So another change that has been made on Upwork is changes to direct contract. So direct contract, those are clients that you got on other platforms. For example, I got some clients on LinkedIn and then I referred them to Upwork so I can receive my money because I love Upwork's payment flow to me. So it's better than asking the clients to pay me via PayPal. PayPal will deduct 3.5% of whatever the client pays me because I'm using the business account and I don't want to lose 3.5% without getting any benefit from PayPal. Upwork help me collect the money from the client and hold it in escrow. They can mediate between myself and the client if the contract goes south, unlike PayPal that have no business with our actual contracts. Then there are other perks to using direct contract. So that's why I use it. Then being charged 3.5% feels very good and just. So I have been using it for a while. Recently, Upwork has yanked that off too as part of their policy change. And technically, they are charging 5% for direct contracts, 5% for client I got myself from outside Upwork, 5% for a project that I just use Upwork as a means to receive my payment. Although, yeah, the perks are interesting. Don't forget about that. So it still looks like it's maybe good, but I don't think 5% is worth it. Okay, 5%, maybe it's a sacrifice to make. Like I've been speaking about other things on Upwork. But the crazy thing is, I saw a guy's review. I'm not sure how true it is, but he said when he referred a direct contract, the direct contract still got him charged 10%. I don't think Upwork will do that, but that is what he said. And another policy change that is not favorable is the fact that for those of us that are proponents of large contracts, like that gone for large contracts. So if I work on a project and I am able to get to the threshold of maybe $10,000, Upwork starts charging me just 5% on the contract, even though I got the client on Upwork, which is something very good, which incentivizes me to want to work with clients for longer. And sometimes I give discount on my service just to keep the client and work with them for longer. But now that has been taken away. So instead of being charged 5%, you now get charged 10%. So due to all these policy changes, recently there has been a lot of reports of clients luring freelancers off the Upwork platform to work with them outside of Upwork. And most times, I would just tell the client that I'm sorry, this is against Upwork's terms of service. Because whatever it is, I don't want to lose my Upwork account. Upwork seems to understand this and they've started a form of campaign. I think they sent a notification or an email to us reminding freelancers that circumvention, that is like taking clients outside of Upwork, is not secured for you, the freelancers. In the real sense, Upwork is actually warning you against circumvention, so your account doesn't get suspended. Please avoid that. So there is no better time to take Upwork very seriously. So that's why this channel is here for you. There are many videos on this channel that can help you learn about Upwork so you can send valuable proposals, so you can understand the nitty-gritty of the platform. But many people don't take the pain to take this channel like a course. I intentionally don't sell course as at the time of making this video. I'm contemplating it now because I think people value what they pay for more. The content on this video is enough to help you understand Upwork and how to get jobs on the platform. But a lot of people skip watch. I can see it from my analytics at the back end. And they miss a lot of vital points. and they are not able to get jobs as they should. This is not a time to be doing trial and error, gamble, assumption on Upwork. You need to know exactly what you are doing. And the good side of Upwork Connect getting more expensive is that this is not a time to apply for any random job. Sometimes I open my laptop, scroll through feeds of jobs, 10, 20, 30 jobs, and I don't find anyone satisfactory enough for me to apply to. That's when I use the filter, or sometimes I search using filter, which is the best. If a job does not really look like a job I am very sure I can deliver excellent in, a job that the payments, that means like the amount I'm going to get from the job is looking like something worthwhile, I will not just bother to apply for that job. And I think that's what Upwork wants. If that happens, that means there will be less proposals on jobs. That means like instead of seeing 50 plus proposals on a job that was posted 1 hour ago, you will now begin to see maybe like 5 to 10 or 10 to 20 job proposals, which I think is a good one. It helps to reduce the competition a bit, because now for you to compete on a particular job, you need to pay. Yeah, that's maybe a way Upwork is making more money, but then that also cautions freelancers. If your profile is video editor's profile, you cannot be applying for a job in data analytics. Even though you might have the knowledge of data analytics, if you have multiple skills, you need to set up what is called a specialized profile. That means you would have a profile for data analytics and you have a profile for video editor. Then I used to advise that even for specialized profile, it is best when the two skills or the two things you offer can function under a singular umbrella. For example, a UI UX designer that is also a graphics designer. So you can have a portfolio, you can have a specialized profile for UI UX design, and you can have a specialized profile for graphics designing. So I hope I've been able to bring you to speed as regards policy changes on Upwork